it's high time he moved.
His legs are getting tired.
He's getting tired. And you see, the team, because he's the most experienced, the team is relying on him. It's just like up front, we are relying on Blackberry. Luckily for Blackberry, the highlight is not so much on him because of Mala's
scoring. Yeah.
You know, when as a striker, if your partner is performing, the pressure reduces. But for Wendo, because Alpha is like relying on him to perform, you could tell. Every time the ball was in the middle, Kariobangi Sharks were having joy. It was only the wings where Kinambish were doing slightly better job. When Macharia came in, again, Gor improved a bit. In fact, we were wondering why he did start the game. But
Walitoa nani for Macharia?
I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know those players. I know very few of them. Unfortunately, and I have to be truthful and say most of them are from the youth team. You know, there was this problem. Some of their players were not registered. Because of the ban. They tried to sneak them in through the youth team by claiming that they were youth team players, but I think walipatikana and about 6 or 7 of them were not registered.
Okay. Look, very fast, talk about the match. Naona inakuwasha juu umevaa sasa wewe team yako premier hapa gani?
Amehepa Gorju sasa to perform sasa.
Hii team yako hapa Kenya Premier League ni gani?
You see, as a coach, I don't have a team. As a coach, I have
your players.
I have players, and I have players in this team because I'm a grassroots coach. As at now,
not even Tuk is your team.
No.
Even as a coach, you have to take sides.
Well, I'm having 2 teams. Tuk Technical University of Kenya, Hamas FC, Technical University of Kenya, Ravens FC, which is the ladies team.
Now in the KPL, which is your team?
In the KPL. In the KPL.
Ama NSL. Mimi team yangu is the greatest team in the world. Inacheza huko Kisumu, inaitwa Sports Club Ayaro. Hata Gori kuje sasa inaipiga. Wewe team yako ni gani?
My team is TOUCH FC, but in KPL, I watch soccer. I analyze soccer. I compare what I'm having with the coaches there and what they can deliver.
Yeah.
Yes, so I don't say that I'm supporting a team or I'm having a team, because when I'm passionate about a team, all the things I'm talking about will be eroded and I'll be like one-sided. It will be like a bet, you bet, but okay. I'm not there. So I always go there to watch soccer and see what I can learn from both the coaches.
Talk about Kariobangi.
Now, when I'm talking about Kariobangi Sharks, the structure the Kariobangi Sharks is serving is actually what is making them to propel, because the Kariobangi Shark is having a very good structure in that they have a youth team, and the youth team is feeding the senior team, and the youth team is equally good. Which can, if taken even into the NSL, can even play better and maybe be got promoted to the Premier League. So you find that in our league, our league needs a structure, and a structure which our league needs is we should have serious youth teams, and when we have serious youth teams, the youth team, the people who are managing the youth teams are also supposed to be people who have licenses. You are supposed to be a qualified coach who actually knows what is happening and what is being done, because whatever is being done at the youth team is not whatever you should be doing when you are at the top level. Yes, and with this you find that I can say kudos to the FKF management for right now, because they've brought this coaching courses to our doors, and very many people now are supposed to be, at least all the coaches are supposed to be having CAF D license. And yes, and if any other coach has not registered, we'll be having one starting on the 9th of January at Hospital Hill. If most of our coaches can go and get the basic knowledge of how you can handle the youth, because a youth starts from the golden age when you are going up.
Look, This courses they are paid.
Yes, these courses are being paid.
Just imagine.
Yes.
Mimi ni coach wa mtaa na coach tuseme sasa Sports Club Ayaro. Sports Club Ayaro ni team ina live from hand to mouth. Hata fair. Hawezi afford. You see, how do you expect me to raise this 5,000? Another thing, mimi the free courses. Kuna time federation inaleta wanakuambia like mimi sikulipa.
Yes.
Maybe because somebody knew me.
Yeah.
But it was free. Sikulipa juu walikosa watu. So ilibidi wanilie. Pia hapa kwa federation, if you are not in good books with the federation, utaitwa hizo coaching courses unless So how unasema grassroots? How do you expect somebody from Kibera pale kwa ghetto? Ni coach ame struggle ako passionate. How do these people ama wewe unasema, how do you expect them warezi 5,000 ama warezi 50 ama warezi 200,000? How can that happen? Surely even if we want to develop.
Yes, you see, there are times when the courses are being organized and they are always being paid for. Because FKF, on occasions, they've given a waiver to certain courses. Yes, and especially in CAFD, they've always given a waiver at some particular point. But when they get overwhelming participants, yes, that's now when they have to charge. Because
just a minute. What is overwhelming numbers? Those are the people who are there. You say tuseme twende Lang'ata.
Yeah.
Useme unataka kukocheswa grassroots wa Lang'ata. Si watatokea hata 100.
Lakini unasa in these classes za hizi CAFD vile hata nilienda, the majority mnafaa kuwa hapo kama ni 40.
No, the highest
time 40. So utapata kwa registration those who have registered who want to become coaches wako kama 200.
Yes.
So you see they have to pick a class because the instructor nasikia kuna kitu
it's a CAF requirement,
inafaa kuwa ni 40 maximum.
So maybe the money is used to see if those who are serious and those who are just coming for the sake of it.
But people who are serious and they can't afford. Thank you very much. Remember tuko live kwa Kelele TV. Kwa Facebook page yetu leo tuko na Kevin from Bondo anasema salimia Coach Luke sana na Masika. Show iko poa. We have Barak from Lang'ata prison. Huyu ni fan wetu moja sugu sana, ni askari pale prison. Sasa sauti bado haijarudi juu France
fanywa ile
Argentina ilishinda walifanya ile kitu. Sasa haijarudi, hata aliniambia leo gak kama ingekuwa ni kupiga simu kwa show singepiga, lakini he's live watching. Amesema show iko poa, salimia Eriko. Baraka anatoka Kibos na Cliff. Remember tuko live. Go to our Facebook page at Kelele TV, ingia pale YouTube Kelele at YouTube, ingia pale pia Twitter at Kelele TV, hashtag ni touchline. Very fast. Kuna vijana walienda Arusha hapa, wametoka ligi ndogo, wametoka timu za Kenya, the Chipukizi Cup in Arusha. Uliona watu walikwama kwa border. We have to be straight to the point. The boys from ligi ndogo, and it cost an apro. Some parents even, I hear they had to drive to the border ili wachukue watoto wao. All this after paying 50,000 Kenyan shilling per kid. 50,000 pesa taslimu ya Kenya. Nasikia hata hoteli huko Arusha pia walikuwa nakatazwa wasitoke. Hii ni vijana Cliff.
Sasa mimi I'll let Eriko and Coach Luke to talk about this, because one, they are coaches, and two, maybe they have handled academies. But maybe the only comment I'll make there, I want to, as we talk about the negative, I want to recognize A3T Academy. It's one of the academies that went there, a Kenyan team. Number one, the reason why I'm recognizing them, one, they won. They were the under-17 champions for the boys section. And number two, they seemed more organized. There's a friend of mine, Dan Opata, whose son is a member of that team. And he was telling us that by 5 p.m. yesterday, all the kids were back home. most of them were home by 5:30. So whoever is in charge of A3T, maybe next time they need to tell Ligindogo how to manage this. And we would expect it to be the other way around, because Ligindogo has been here for so long, it's supposed to lead the way. Unfortunately, these things happened. On those other things that happened, I think I'll let these guys talk. Maybe they have organized such trips before. They know the challenges that go. But of course, it's very unfortunate. When you're dealing with kids, as a teacher, I can tell you, when you're dealing with kids, you must be very careful.
True.
Because anything negative, the perception that some of those kids have picked could go with them for the rest of their career as a footballer. True. Yes, and these are the same things that happen even at the top. We've had cases. How many times have we had Gor Mahia players sleeping at the airport? So if we are doing it at this level, maybe
Ligindogo was once in the federation. Hata nafikiria hizi cases za corruption imemshika sana.
Hata alikuwa mkubwa wa finance.
Yes.
Finance for youth, but vile Nyakora anasema it's very unfortunate. Kwa hii age ya academies, what are we doing in the academies? Ni academies imekuwa ni place sasa ya mint pesa ama nini, because ini place any time nyingine crucial ya a footballer to try and learn something. Na amepata trip ya kwenda nje angalia experience huko. Sasa hiyo exposure unasemanga mchezaji anapata exposure. Hiyo ndio exposure anaanza kupata. Imagine sasa kitu kama hii imefanyika kwa boda. Yeye anajaribu sasa kupigia mzazi kuja niokolee, tumekwama 1 2 3. And it's so unfortunate kama parents removed that cash na uko na organization, then mko mnapanga trip ya kwenda nini huko, ilikuwa ya kusifa ama ya kujitengenezea pesa. So to the Ligindogo without even mincing any word, that was so embarrassing.
Coach Luke, a word on that?
Well, I may not talk about the Ligindogo as such, but I may talk on the general issue, especially when we are organizing trips outside the country, or just somewhere which is not near where you are staying.
Home, yes.
Yes, because we've done so with the Technical University of Kenya. We've gone to Uganda. We've gone to Tanzania, Dodoma, for the East African Ball Games. But the preparation starts early. When you start the preparation early and everything is placed is in order, regardless of how you travel, you go and perform, or everything should be under one blanket and you should return back home in safe hands, because all the things have already been paid for and all the things have already been taken into account. Because if it's the visa, you must make sure that the visas are taken prior, or the entry visa.
Look, this was not about the visa. This is pesa imetumwa na wamekulwa.
Because walienda
wakacheza.
Kama ni visa walienda, it means they had the permit, wakacheza.
Wacha nisaidie Luke alituambia he's a coach and maybe doesn't want to take sides. That's why ndio maana anapiga kona. But what we have to say, Ligindogo, please style up your game. Hata mimi niko na academy ile ya Ushago. Lakini nikienda na watoto, kwanza wasichana mimi ujaribu wamerudi by 5 kwao. Lakini for Ligindogo, I hope you lap your game and everything and all the other academies.
And it's a lesson to everybody. As I've said, when you're dealing with kids, let me tell you something. Maybe we can borrow from what the Ministry of Education is very strict on how you deal with kids. If you went to a school trip and 6 p.m. ikupate kwa barabara, unasimama, you sleep there. Yeah. And sometimes they are so strict, unaingia hivi mnawekwa kwa the nearest police station. Wataorganize vile watoto wanakula, wanaoga, wanalala. The next morning, principal will answer the questions at the top. And sometimes it has caused immediate transfer of the principal.
Thank you very much, Cliff. Time naona hapa inaenda, hata sijui tuko na dakika 6 ama 7 show hii. Imagine. We want to talk about the World Cup. The World Cup ilipigwa juzi. Ile team mlikuwa mnasema ni ya Afrika ikashindwa. Messi is undoubted the real GOAT.
Was there any doubt?
Yes, there was. Mimi ndio bado naongea. Bado kama angechukua, in fact Messi kama angechukua hiyo World Cup, sahi hiyo debate bado ingekuwa inaendelea.
True.
Si ndio? Tuliona pale vijana mdogo Mbappe kama vinga, Tukaona pia the third and fourth Morocco. I think Morocco just went to play for glory.
Yeah.
So Eric, I told you France haitawahi shinda World Cup. Unasikia? I told you France haitawahi kuwa shinda World Cup. At all. Hata ingekuwa ni aibu sana France inaichukua back to back. What happened?
Hey. Game ilikuwa poa, mimi kwangu ilikuwa fiti sana, but we were so slow and complacent the first 35 minutes. Pao ilifungwa hiyo ya pili ndio Deschamps akamua atoe Giroud na Griezmann. Kaingiza Thuram na Muani. Our game changed. Our game plan changed. We were more pressing. Na aliingiza watu Janini, they are good at kuhandle ball, hold ball, kungoja kuwa pressure. And it changed na ikatu favor at some point from 2-0 to 2-2. Tukaenda tena down 3-2 to 3-3. So I say it was a game of two halves. First half ilikuwa Argentina, second half
it was not a game of two halves.
It was two halves.
France ilianza kurise 80th minute. Is that a half? Hiyo ni quarter. Ama tujui half. Team haiwezi cheza, look when the coach.
Usiangalie angalia managing the game.
You need to manage the game up to the 80th minute.
We manage the game. How? We did not concede more. Tukakuja tukatulia, and that's why we got some few chances tukapata
very fast.
Yes.
Yeah, very fast. Just to analyze on the game is that when Argentina went for the first kill and they did it in first half.
Yeah.
In the second half, they decided to sit back. You know, Argentina in that game, they changed their formation like 3 times. And the first one, they were attacking. Yes, during almost the whole of first half.
Yes.
They got their goal. When they came in second half, they changed their formation. And that one costed them in the 80th minute. When the two quick goals came within 2 minutes. And then thereafter, they again changed the formation again to counter and get the other goal, the third goal. And Messi almost got it in the dying minute with a shot, if it were not for Hugo Lloris. Yes, but again, Deschamps came in with a tactical change. With the tactical change that he knew where the problem was, but to him he did not counter that in first or second half. Deschamps, because the only problem with the France were the fullbacks. He would have removed Koundé and he would have removed Thiago Hernandez early enough if he really wanted to win the game. But again, they didn't have depth in the midfield. Yes, and that's what costed them. Thank you.
Cliff.
For me, I think I was very happy with what Scaloni did. Di Maria had not started any game. Okay? And it looked like that was his secret card for the tournament. For the final. And it was, this first half we are talking about was actually a Di Maria affair.
True.
Okay? But I'm also happy, the overall game, that is the kind of game you want in a World Cup final. The way it went all the way, when eventually the subs were made and Thuram and what was the name of this other guy? Muani, okay, came in, the game changed, it became a very balanced game. Of course, when Camavinga also came in later on, and France got back into the game. Actually, when we talk about the last minute, even France almost scored.
Yes.
The Martinez stretch. Okay? So it's a game that gave us a chance, especially to see the two number 10s, the two jersey number 10s, the one who is retiring and the one that we are hoping is going to occupy our imagination for a long time. As we were growing up, people kept telling us about, in Africa, Roger Milla, in the world, Pele and Maradona. We had never watched them. We never watched them win a World Cup. I think it's good for us eventually that we also now have something to tell our grandkids eventually, that we watched Messi and we saw him win the World Cup. So it's, in the end, much as I'm sad for France, but I'm happy for Messi. Especially Messi.
Mbappe. Mbappe, people have been saying that his discipline is not very good. Uko PSG anavuruga nini. I don't think kama atakuwa GOAT, because ukiangalia wakina Messi, Cristiano sahi ameanza kubisbehave when he's retiring. Do you think Mbappe ata step kwa foot za Cristiano, Pele, Zidane?
Mimi niko na swali moja. Is it my indiscipline what to say about Mbappe? Who can pinpoint one thing that Mbappe has done that shows that he's indisciplined? Because the media will say, and especially when a black player is showing promise. If it is about the way his style of play and naive kuchenga nini, Eto'o had these things, Henry had these things, Ronaldinho had these things. It never stopped them from playing football. I want it to be pinpointed. You know, when you talk about there's some players that when you talked about their indiscipline, you would easily say,
like who?
Amechapa mtu.
Like who?
There was a player in
Like
what is
like,
this?
just give example Gattuso.
It was very simple. Jamana missed training. As any coach ever, for example, accused Mbappe of not training. Has anybody ever accused Mbappe of refusing to go out when he's substituted?
History Mbappe unajua ilianzia the time vile Messi alisainiwa na Neymar yuko
or when he got a new contract. So alinegotiate akapata pesa nzuri.
That's not discipline. Look, ametuambia discipline tell nini. Kuna zile tabia ziko off the field.
Pinpoint for me one.
I'm going to pinpoint for you. Time yetu inaisha. After hii, now I'm going to pinpoint for you. Not that sipendi Mbappe. Yule mtoto ni terror.
But he's still
and
young.
he shot it.
I think
but if he has to style up, he has to do everything. The GOAT debate imeisha. Si ndio? Messi now the GOAT. A minute each. Your goal of the tournament.
Mzee Abubakar bana. Abubakar bana.
I'll give to the huyu alipewa hii accolade, the youngest player of the tournament, Enzo.
Enzo.
Argentina versus nini ile scored inside the 18, the curved ball. I'll give it to Enzo.
Look,
I'll just give Mbappe the one, the second
goal.
Because the way, the technique and the way he took it was just superb.
I'll also go for the greatest of all time. Abubakar. Sasa mmewacha ile ya Brazil.
Gani?
Ile ya
Richarlison. Ile aligesi.
Those things people do.
Tunaongea serious matters kama Cameroon, Brazil, France.
Rooney did that.
Yeah, against
a long time
Man
ago against Man City.
Look,
Yes.
you wanted to talk about ladies soccer.
Yes.
In a minute.
Yes, we have the ladies soccer, the Kenya KWPL, Kenya
Women Premier League.
Yes.
It has already started, and if you look at it keenly, if something can be done to the ladies Premier League, it's the game which is going to take football to the World Cup very, very easily. And I think when we are talking about the ladies football, we are supposed to support them and give them all what they need to actually be on that level, because they've already proved that they can. And with that, you see, like right now, there's no dominance in the KWPL.
Vega
because
Queens.
Vega Queens, yes, they've played one game, they won. Ulinzi has played 3, they've won 1, they've drawn 1. We have Trans Nzoia, who has also played, I think, 3. They are now the ones who are leading, who are topping the table. They've won 2 and yes, and lost 1. So you find that the way the teams are coming,
is competitive.
It's now going to be a little bit competitive. And even if you go down to Division 1, which just started the other day, you find Falling Waters, and I really like that team. The Falling Waters coming from Nyahururu, they beat Limuru Starlet 7 goals to 0. And with that, if you look at the composure in that team, and as a coach, somebody should go and have a look at the way those ladies play, because they are composed and they have the talent and they can actually take this game to the next level.
Where does the team come from?
From
Falling Waters. I think it's from Nyahururu Falls.
We have Oweza, who are also playing over the weekend on Saturday. They beat Coast Starlet 2-1. We had Macmillan, who was promoted. Actually, that's the team which was promoted where we were in the Nairobi West Regional, Nairobi Regional, and now they are in Division 1. So we are still going to play on the regional to see if we can. Two Ravens can now get promoted next season to Division 1. We have Mathare United, who beat Macmillan 4-1. We had Fortune Ladies from Mombasa. They went down 1-2 to Muranga Queens, who was also promoted from the Central. We have Kimathi Lioness, that's from the other zone now, who were beaten 6 by Kisped. Kisped is a branch of Kisumu Starlet. They are all playing together there, and you look at their game. They are also good. So if these talents can be nurtured well, I know the ladies' football should give us a limelight somewhere.
And I've always argued, and for good reason, that if this country is ever to get represented at the World Cup, it's actually through the women's team, and with a lot of respect for our men's team. If the women's team could get just half the attention the men's team gets, in terms of the structures, in terms of the leagues. Gak, you run a girls team, and you will agree with me that even the dedication of young girls when it comes to training and all that, if this country is to actually move somewhere, it is actually the women's team.
Gentlemen, I'm going to believe our time is over. We cannot talk about any other thing. Hata EPL. Unless mnataka tu kuwish watu a Merry Christmas. Yes. You know, our next show will be next year. Yeah. We are breaking for Christmas here in Kelele TV. Watu waende wa celebrate. 30 seconds, anything? Yeah,
so everybody who has been supporting the channel, thank you very much for your support this far. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and as you travel, please travel, drive responsibly. Those who are on the roads, please take care, be mindful of others, and let's all meet next year. Above all, take care of each other, and as you go to the village, there are so many grassroots tournaments. Please buy a soda for those young players who are playing those tournaments.
Thank you, Coach Luke.
Yes, thank you very much, the host. Thank you very much, Kelele TV. Thank you very much, the viewers. I'm honored to be here today. And as we've just talked, let's support our sports and let it go to the next level. And especially now with the ladies, you can help them again with all the support they need, like the sanitary towel, so that they can prosper and propel to greater heights. Thank you very much.
Eric.
Mimi ndasema Merry Christmas kwa watazamaji wote, all the viewers wale wanatuona hapa. Nasema asanti. Mkule sikukuu yenu vizuri sana, tuchinje pamoja, tupatane next year.
Wachinje.
Shukrani. Samaki ichijuangi sababu usiniulize.
Samaki itachinje. Mloya lazima taji kuku. With us from Kelele TV, thank you very much for being with us. As we roll into the next year, 2023.
Yes.
We hope we'll stick here, mkue na sisi. And always remember, end up on YouTube, Kelele TV at YouTube, watch the clips, criticize, and at Twitter, you can find us on Twitter at Kelele TV, #touchline, amu ingie tu Facebook, kama umeshindwa na YouTube na Twitter. Uongee. Otherwise, take care, mzidi, kuna tournament za mtaani, muende mcheze huko. Otherwise, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much.